Dan Illman, Mike Beer taking a closer look at Kentucky Derby contender Stronghold. Usually it's Bob Baffert with a stranglehold on the Kentucky Derby contenders from Southern California. No Baffert in the Kentucky Derby again this year. Phil D'Amato has a good one, though, in Stronghold. Let's watch his victory in the Santa Anita Derby. And Mike, Stronghold is a very likable horse. He worked out a nice trip in this race. He was able to stay close to the pace, but was very professional and responded to his rider, sitting off the leaders. The hole materialized, and he is game.
Yeah, got a great trip in this race, but I'm with you. It's very game to come through between horses through the stretch here. He's got the Baffert favorite to his inside here, fighting him all the way to the wire, but he's going to get the job done here, Dan. He's one of the horses in here. He doesn't have that fast race yet that you can point to. Is he a little underrated headed into the Derby?
I certainly think he is. 6 starts, never out of the exact. And while he doesn't have that fast race, he has paired up Beyer tops in his last 2. The Sunland Derby, an 89 Beyer. The Santa Anita Derby, an 89 Beyer. I just think he's coming into his own at the right time.
Yeah, I kind of look at him the same way. I know he's a Santa Anita Derby winner now, so you usually feel like the Santa Anita Derby winner is always going to be, one of these horses drawing attention. In Kentucky, that's not going to be the case with this horse this year, Dan, because he has that win in a race where Baffert really didn't send his best 3-year-olds. And then his prior win, where he got the first 89, is in the Sunland Derby, which I don't know, it just wasn't really of that much of a field that day, and he won pretty convincingly. I don't know, but I feel like this horse is trending the right way at the right time.
He also has really good tactical speed. He will sit in behind the lead. He can be forward if necessary. I think he can adapt to any kind of pace scenario. I just think he may lack that sizzle, but he's a little professional, and that's the kind of horse that sometimes in the Derby, with all of the fuss and muss before the race, with all of the traffic going on during the race, that's a great attribute to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's really handy. You can place him anywhere that you want in a race. He's already shown that he'll come through between horses. He has shown that he will come up the inside if he has to. So he's very brave in that regard. It just feels like he's a horse in here. He might be a big price, and he might be a horse sitting in a perfect position when this field comes around the final turn in Kentucky.
Usually you see an effort like the Santa Anita Derby and you're worried about a regression. It was a tough dogfight all the way down to the stretch. 2 weeks after that race, D'Amato sent Stronghold out for a half-mile work. It was a bullet, 46 and change. This horse just seems to be thriving right now. Of course, we'll keep an eye on Mike Welsh's clock reports leading up to this race. He's got a solid little pedigree as well. He's by that all-world horse, Ghost Sapper. The Dan was a graded stakes winning dirt sprinter, but I just don't have a lot of concerns about distance with this guy.
Yeah, I didn't really concern myself with the distance with him either, especially when you think about the price he's probably going to be in the Kentucky Derby. I don't think I'm going to worry about how well he's bred for the distance. He seems like he gets, at least as far as they've sent him so far, he gets those distances just fine.
Stronghold, son of Ghost Sapper, a homebred, and the winner of the Santa Anita Derby is going to be a good price. He has the tactical speed to work out a trip. Now he just has to run a little bit faster than his Beyer top of 89.